Guys, today I have something super special for you because today we are combining Raging Bolt EX with Zoroark EX.
And I always give it 100, don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Guys, I am taking zero credit for this deck because this was built and shown to me by a buddy of mine here in the UK, and holy crap, dude, combining Raging Bolt EX with its non-EX form and Zoroark with another ancient Pokemon you don't often see, being Sandy Shock's EX. Now, this is not like a super consistent deck, right? This is more of a scorched earth. Can we just run 10 Pokemon, 30 supporters, and win the game? I mean, it's so unique, guys. Being able to use Zoroark as a draw engine to trade away the energies into the discard pile, and it's really meant to kind of beat the Dragapult matchup, right? To bypass the Budew matchup, because you do run Cyrano, right? And Cyrano just allows you to reveal 3 Pokemon EX, put them in your hand, and then all you do is you grab your Raging Bolts to put them on your bench, or you grab the Sandy Shocks, or you grab the Zoroark to evolve into next turn, and then you also have the Crispins, dude. The Crispins are awesome because if you can get a starting hand that is the Raging Bolt, the baby Raging Bolt, that's what I'm going to call it, and a Crispin in your hand, you can do 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon going second, and if they're starting a Torchic in the active, a Pidgey, an Eevee, something, you can take a turn 1 knockout, and it's just so much fun. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into some games and see how it plays. Alright guys, here we are going second, and I'm actually very excited to see what we're playing against because I do see one of my favorite basic Pokemon in the active. That's the old Teal Mask, and oh, it's Okidogi! Ooh, I don't know how we're going to fare in this matchup, actually. Not super excited about that, especially because I think they can knock out our Zoroarks with the Teal Mask Ogerpon, right? No, 20 plus 5, 120. No, I think they're just shy. But you know what? Our start here isn't spectacular either. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and Artazon here, and I think I'm just going to grab another Zorua as a draw engine, and I think the Nest Ball, I'm going to have to grab Latias, right? Start getting my free retreat in, and we'll attach the Bravery Charm to the Raging Bolt. And I want to play Cyrano here, but we also don't have to. You know what I mean? Right? Like, we can go ahead and Surfer here too, and if we don't like our Surfer hand, then we can Burst Roar. So, oh my god, I just retreated and then did... No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, yeah, and that would have been a pretty good hand to Burst Roar too. Yikes. Okay, well, you know what? We're fine. We're totally okay. Yeah. So goofy. I meant to play the Surfer, like, as I was talking it through, I was like, oh yeah, I've already hit the step where I wanted to Surfer, and now I can retreat. No, that 100% plan went out the window. But our opponent does Artazon for another Okidogi, which has me really excited, you know? Okidogi is usually a really good deck, especially when you run Legacy Energy, and not Heroescape. Yeah, I think it's just Legacy Energy and a bunch of Bravery Charms. Ooh, now they are going to draw First Blood, and yep, god, man. They attach a Luminous Energy, too, so we know they've got to be playing a Monkey Dory. Maybe, I don't know if they're actually playing Monkey Dory or not, but we can just go ahead and go into the Raging Bolt. Now, since we didn't Burst Roar the hand away, we don't have a Sada or anything to follow up and, like, make this good. Oh, dude, that would have been a brilliant. Okay, well, you know what we can do is we can Artazon, and I want to grab Slither. No, they don't have any Electric-type Pokemon in their deck, not that I can think of, so we'll grab the Baby Raging Bolt. And then we can play Cyrano here, and I'm going to grab 2 Zoroarks. We can get rid of one with trade, and then I'll just grab another Raging Bolt, yeah? I think that's fine, right? I do want the... What is that Pokemon? Whatever, Sandy Shocks. I want Sandy Shocks in play closer to the end game when we're struggling to get energy with the Sadas and the Crispins. And look at, there we go. That's what we needed. Now we can put damage on the Teal Mask Ogerpon if I attach energy here and Bellowing Thunder, which I think is something I'm going to do. That way Sada is active, and then we can trade away... Ooh, I should have traded away some energy instead of the Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Don't worry, we'll just trade next turn. But I don't think they are knocking us out here with a Bravery Charm, and they do need several energy attachments. They do get a Luminous Energy onto one of the Okidogis with a Bravery Charm. Oh, and they play down Neutralization Zone. Oh, dude, nope, auto loss. I don't even think we run another stadium. No, wait, I just realized we run stadiums. That was their Artazon, not ours. Okay, so yes, we're not getting the attack off here with the Raging Bolt EX, right? But we are getting it off with the Baby Raging Bolt, and we can just crisp into that bad boy. So now I wish I had a Bravery Charm attached to that guy. Now our opponent does play Artazon. They grabbed themselves an Earthen Vessel, and it looked like a Turbo Energize. I don't know what that was there. Yeah, and they do just Ogre Comeback for 100 damage. Okay, so if we can top deck Artazon here, that'd be phenomenal. No, it's a Nest Ball. That's fine. We can go ahead and pop the trade, and we'll get rid of one Fighting Energy here. And yeah, our plan is just go into the Baby Raging Bolt. And we do get a Cyrano, so let's go ahead and... Ooh, yeah, because we can't do any damage, but we can go into you. Maybe I Sada and attach. That way we draw some cards. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Sada, right? I'm just going to trust in the fact that maybe we can pull something out of the hat here. If we can't, ooh, we get Prime Catcher and Sandy Shocks. All right, well, we know that at some point they're probably going to knock us out or get to the 4 prizes so we can start accelerating energy. But yeah, we can go ahead and just go here, and now, yeah, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and go Thunderburst Storm, right? And knock out the Ogerpon. Now, sadly, they are going to knock out the Raging Bolt with Okidogi. But at least we are taking a prize. I feel better about that. Oh, if that would have been an Artazon, that would have been awesome. And now they do attach energy to the Okidogi. They play Earthen Vessel and they get rid of Shellos. Okay, so they are playing the Gastrodon line. And I think that's the ability where like stage 2 or your opponent's stage 2 Pokemon don't have any ability. So... yikes, man. All right, well, not a super big deal. They are going to knock out Raging Bolt. Down she goes, 170 damage. Now we just have to get another one into play. And I think we should have... We do run 2, right? We run 2 and a Slitherwing, so I think we can make it happen. But if... Ooh, I was going to say, if we could just top deck the frickin' Artazon, we'd be in the money. But you know what? Let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll trade away the Zoroark. Artazon, please? Yes, bro. Okay, never mind. We're in the money. Away goes Neutralization Zone, dude. I wonder if we're going to see a concession. I'd be shocked if they did, right? Because they really don't need to, you know? We can just go ahead and Crispin here. Oh, no, bro. That sucks. Oh, dude, we almost had the KO. Yikes. All right, so now we can't KO the Okidogi, and they are going to KO us next turn. So let's do this. I'm going to rethink my approach here. If I play Nest Ball, do we have another... Okay, we have another Sandy Shocks. Great. Now, do we have the energy? Beautiful. All right, so this is my thinking. We can go ahead and attach energy here, right? Then we can retreat the Raging Bolt, or that Raging Bolt with the Bravery Charm, and now we can accelerate energy with Magnetic Absorption, right? Now we're putting Fighting Energy onto this bad boy and this guy right here, and now we can do the 280 damage required to knock out Okidogi, and then they don't have a follow-up attacker next turn, right? Like, now we're in the money. So we'll get rid of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down goes Okidogi, and they don't even have Legacy Energy attached, right? So we are at least taking 1 prize. That is pretty awesome. That feels pretty good. I'm also so sorry if it seems like I have a ton of energy right now, because honestly, I do. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be a serial killer. Sorry, this is my favorite shirt that my wife ever got me, but our opponent does go into Okidogi. They attach Luminous Energy, pop the Artazon, and they just pass. All right, beautiful, because you know what this means, right? Now this is just going to be an easy Sada. We'll put the Lightning Energy here, and we'll put one on the Raging Bolt on the bench, right? And now we just, I mean, we let it roll, baby. We can just Magnetic Absorption every time, get the energy into play. I mean, literally just cycle the energy, actually. And I don't think we need to do anything except, you know, attach the Bravery Charm. I think we're going to see a concession at some point, or maybe, you know, there'll be a trooper and they'll stick with it. But yeah, let's just go ahead, take the 280 knockout, man. I'm all about this. Down goes Okidogi, 280 damage. You'll love to see it. Now, I really wonder what else they can do here except just keep giving us Okidogis for us to knock out. All right, our opponent just sent us the thumbs down sign, and they haven't done anything in a minute, so I take it that they went AFK. So you know what? Cool for us, man. I'll take the win, especially when you can just cycle the Magnetic Absorptions, and you're good to rock. People, this is a matchup that I will take because we are playing the Hops Zacian with the Archaludon. So I'm actually really excited about this, except I don't like our start, right? The one thing about this deck is it just has really, really slow starts, and you cannot have that in the format right now. You know, I mean, I guess you can, but just in some of the matches that I've been playing, dude, it's really bit me in the rear end. But our opponent can't get the Cramorant out of the active, so they just pass. And now I think this is all going to come down to just a Burst Roar, sadly. But we can go ahead and play the Nest Ball here. And I want to put some pressure on with the Baby Raging Bolt, but everything is too much HP, and I don't want to play the Slitherwing because they don't have anything that's weak to the Slitherwing. So you know what, preemptively, I'm just going to get the Sandy Shocks. Yeah, I don't think we're going to put much pressure on anybody, realistically. So we can go ahead and just retreat, and then I think we're just going to have to Burst Roar the hand away, which sucks, man. But you know what, there's only so much you can do. And I'll get 2 Zoruas in play, that way we have 2 Zoroarks. And yeah, we'll just Burst Roar, right? Now we have a little bit more draw, and ooh, we only got 1 energy in the discard, right? Okay, that's not super bad. We do have the Sadas, but we also have the Cyrano that will get us the Zoroarks next turn. So I'm half and half. Dude, I feel like our opponent, okay, I was going to say, for a second I thought our opponent was struggle busting because they were taking a bit of time to make a decision, but they do play down the Post-Wit, grab the Arven. Arven at least grabs them Switch and another Choice Band. No, it's a Nest Ball. Okay, so they might have the Switch in hand or something here. Oh, Latias. Latias would solve their retreat problem, but I don't know if you played Latias and Archaludon. Yeah, okay, so they do have the Hop Snorlax with... Oh, why'd they get a Nest Ball then? Wouldn't you rather have the Choice Bag? Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, our opponent is retreating the Cramorant. They are going into the Hop Zacian. And it looks like all they're going to do is just, well, 30 damage to Zorua. And then, what, they're doing 120 on the dot to Raging Bolt, right? Now, granted, we might be able to knock out the Zacian here. We need, what, 4 energy? No, we're not getting there. Yeah, because I need to make a choice. Do I either play the Cyrano or do I play the Sadas? You know what? Because we're having such a slow start and I need to get set up, I'm going to go ahead and just play the Cyrano, grab all 3 of these, and I'll have to retreat the Raging Bolt. And, in that case, I don't want to... Yeah, we're going to have to. Yeah, I didn't really want to give up anything there, you know what I mean? But we can go ahead and trade away 1 Lightning Energy here. And we do get a Bravery Charm. Ooh, I like that Bravery Charm, because that Bravery Charm can go there on that Raging Bolt. We do have the Sada in hand for next turn, and I can at least trade away this other Latias EX. I don't think we're going to need that. And we do get a Surfer, a Pokégear. We don't really need any of those either. Now I'm going to keep the Prime Catcher in hand, and I think I might just have to retreat, go into the Raging Bolt with all of this energy. Or excuse me, all the HP. We'll attach that bad boy, and yeah, we'll just end turn. So, sucks, man. If y'all saw something that I didn't, like if y'all saw an out there for us getting the knockout, please let me know, because I feel like I failed. Well, our opponent does play the Night Stretcher, and I mean, I don't know if they have any other supporters in hand. I feel like this just might be another Insta Strike, or maybe they have a boss, but oh yeah, one of their cards in their hand was the frickin' Choice Belt and an energy, and oh my god, no, it's Iono. Okay, so there go 3 out of our 4 Sadas to the bottom of the deck. Oh look, there's our other one. Okay, cool. Yeah, they do play Earthen Vessel. Now, granted, what would I want to do if I were them? Would I want to try to go into Archaludon here? I mean, that is 100% a play, because then we would need 5 energy. And I don't know if we get 5 energy here, right? Because we do have 2. We would need to Sada, get the 4th or get up to 4 energy, and then that Sada would have to roll us into an ends PP up. So there's a potential, but I don't know if we're actually going to get it. And look at that. No, they just insta-strike. Okay, so now both Raging Bolts are prepped for an Archaludon knockout, which is not spectacular. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to cruise through the deck a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the Buddy-Buddy Poffin with trade. Maybe we get... No, we just get Slitherwing. Slitherwing is not something that I want right now. But I'll tell you what I want even less. I want the Raging Bolt even less. So we'll get rid of that with trade. We do get Crispin. So yeah, we can get the KO here. We're just going to go ahead and attach 1 Fighting, 1 Lightning. Now we are knocking them out, but do I want to put the Bravery Charms on anything? I feel like we have to. I feel like I need to attach a Bravery Charm to the old Sandy Shocks. I'll attach a Bravery Charm to this Raging Bolt so it's not as easy to knock out with another Insta Strike. And yeah, we can just do 280 damage and knock out the Hop Zacian. But dude, that's the one thing about this deck, man. You get a slow start and it does not look good. But that's okay. We are taking 2 prizes there. Down goes Hop Zacian. And give me something good off the prizes, baby. Come on. Crispin and Sandy Shocks. All right, no big deal. Now, granted, we can play down another Sandy Shocks, right? And the Sandy Shocks with the magnetic absorption that you guys saw will help us roll into some bigger Archaludon KOs, but I really want 1 Zoroark off the bench now. You know, now that I think about it, I feel like we're benched lock in a sense. Our opponent does play Arven, and they grab Night Stretcher and the Choice Belt. And I wonder what they're going to Night Stretcher back for, right? They don't really need the Night Stretcher here, right? They need Archaludon in play and basically just hope that we don't KO Archaludon. No, yeah, they're 100% just going for the Insta-Strike instead of like going into Hops Cramorant. Okay, maybe this is somebody that's just now learning how to play this deck. But you know what, I'm okay with it, because we can play the Pokégear, and do we get, no, ooh, we get a Surfer and a Crispin. I don't want either one of those. We already have 3 Crispins in hand. We really don't need another one. Now, with Crispin, we can take the knockout here, right? Like, all we have to do is ends PP up. Oh, we have energy in hand. Oh, do I want to play another Pokégear? I don't think I will. Let's just go ahead and play the Crispin, right? We'll use the Crispin in the early game, and then if we have to, we'll Super Rod energy back. But yeah, we can just go ahead and attach energy here. We can't use magnetic absorption yet. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Maybe we don't get the knockout here, right? We attach energy here. We ends PP up. Yeah, no, we can't get the knockout. Ooh, that sucks. Unless we hit another ends PP up here, we're not getting the knockout. No, and if I would have traded earlier, we would have had the Sadas, and then we could have gotten the knockout. Oh, dude, darn, that didn't feel good. I messed that up. That is definitely going to cost us the game. We can go ahead and attach energy there. Oh, dude, being short just, what, 10 energy or whatever feels really, really bad. But the good thing is we can take the knockout on the Zacian. If they don't Turo it up, we can just knock it out with the Baby Raging Bolt or the Slither Wings or Sandy Shocks later in the game. But, I mean, this is an Archaludon deck at the end of the day. They probably play Turo. Yeah, and our opponent has literally nothing else they can do, apparently, and they just Insta-Strike. So, yeah, down goes Raging Bolt, man. You hate to see it, and we're going to have to Super Rod that bad boy back and make sure that we have one in the deck. But now, since we do have the Sadas, we are going to take out the Hop Zacian in the active, which, dude, I'm totally cool with. And you know what? Ooh, yeah, let's play Super Rod. And we'll grab, yeah, we'll just grab you back. I don't think we're going to need anything else. We need the energy in there, and I am going to play down the Artazon, right? Just to get the Post Wick out of there. They don't need the Post Wick, right? Neither do we. But we can play the Nest Ball, grab ourselves the other Raging Bolt, and now just play Sadas, right? Yeah, I think we can. I just want to leave, oh yeah, we got plenty of energy there. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but now, ooh, you know what? I want to inspect my board. Okay, we have a Fighting Energy in hand. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attach the Lightning Energy, the other Raging Bolt. And dude, we're kind of boozing right now. I think we do have, let's see, Magnetic Absorption puts Fighting Energy on there. If they do go into Archaludon next turn, we should be okay. But just in case, I am going to trade away the Surfer, and ooh, there's our Prime Catcher. And then I'm going to trade away probably the Cyrano, right? Like, we don't need all of these, and I kind of want to thin the deck just a little bit in case we do get Iono'd. All right, yep. Cool, dude. I am A-okay with this. We're going to go ahead and just Bellowing Thunder, and we'll get rid of, yeah, we'll get rid of the 1 energy on the Sandy Shocks, right? Because we can cycle that energy back. Yeah, our opponent does promote into the Hop Zacian, and they do play down Postwick, so our opponent's not ready to give up just yet, which is fine with me, because next turn, I mean, they have to deal with both of the Raging Bolts, because, I mean, next turn, all we're going to do is go into the Raging Bolt on the bench, play down the other Sandy Shocks, right? That way we have, well, this is if we don't get Iono'd here, right? We might get Iono'd. Oh, no, they do play Prime Catcher, so that's not good. I don't know what they're going to take out, though. Oh, they're bringing up the Zoroark EX. Interesting. And they bring up their Snorlax. So here, I want to say they are doing, what, 220 damage or something? 230 maybe? So they are taking out the Zoroark, if my math is wrong. What's 140 plus 60? No? Is it plus 90? I want to say it is. Yes, it is. All right. Well, we do have Prime Catcher in hand, so we can just Prime Catcher up the Zacian EX and basically win the game. I'm cool with this. Yeah, so you know what? Let's go ahead and just let her ride, baby. How much energy do we have in the discard? Oh, dude, we got plenty of energy. So we can go ahead and just Magnetic Absorption, and we can take a really big KO here, dude. This is one of the coolest things about Sandy Shocks, man. The fact that you can just Magnetic Absorption and then even power it up in one go is spectacular. But let's go ahead and Prime Catcher up the Zacian. We'll go into the Raging Bolt here. And I'm not going to do anything fancy with the Sadas. I'm just going to go ahead take the knockout. Bada boom, bada bing, baby. Down goes Hops Zacian EX. 350 damage. You know what? It always feels good to defeat Hops Zacian. Now, granted, I wish we would have been able to play more ends PP ups there, because that would have been a fun time. And it's a really interesting card. People, please. We have an interesting matchup. We see Buddy-Buddy Poffin grabbing Frigibax, Varoom, and oh my god, they start with a Wellspring Mask Ogerpon in the active. I don't know what this deck is, but I am very, very excited about it. Oh, it's Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao, really? Okay, didn't see that one coming. Now, granted, I don't know how this matchup is going to go because our start isn't spectacular. But, oh, dude, if we had a Crispin in hand, oh my god, we could really get something going here. But I don't think we are. So we're going to go ahead and attach a Bravery Charm. We can play this guy. Now, do I want a Cyrano here? Because I am just going to burst Roar the hand away. Screw it. We'll Cyrano here, dude. I'm not worried about it. We can at least grab, yeah, one Raging Bolt and one Sandy Shocks. And I'm thinning out the Latias. I don't think we're going to need it. And we can go ahead and just throw down the Raging Bolt, throw down the Sandy Shocks, and we'll burst Roar. Right now, granted, we didn't get any Zorua set up there, which feels really, really bad, especially when we get a Zoroark, man. Oh, yikes. Okay, so did I have a Nest Ball? Did I play a Nest Ball? I don't feel like I played a Nest Ball, only a Cyrano, but God, it'd been really cool to have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Now, our opponent does evolve into the old Revavroom. Yeah, this just makes sense, right? A Revavroom in a Chien-Pao deck does make a lot of sense, especially when you play 4 superior energy retrievals, and I think their A spec is Max Rod. And I'll tell you what, our opponent is wasting no time whatsoever because they do play the Arven, they grab Earthen Vessel, and then I want to say, did they just grab Lightning Energy there? What was that? No, I don't know what that was. Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that was water and lightning. All right, well, interesting. So, oh, Lightning does tell me they are running Iron Hands, right? But I guess Iron Hand is useless. Now, this is not good. They do Rare Candy into Excalibur, so if they wanted to, they could retreat the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, go into Chien-Pao, and could they take the knockout here? They would need, what, 5 energy? And how much energy do they have in their discard now? They only have 1, and it's a Lightning Energy. But they could get 2 more if they go into the active, and that leaves them with 1 in... maybe 1 in hand? No, I don't think so. But they are leaving the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon in... ooh, the active. Now, can we take that out? We need 3 energy here. Now, we do get 1 piece of the puzzle, and this might be worth considering. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach energy here. We did not get... yeah, I need a Zorua in play, right? We do have 1 Zoroark, but I want a draw engine of some sort, you know? And now, do I play the Pokégear and potentially Crispin instead of draw more cards? No, we're going to have to Sada. Okay. Yeah, ouch. That sucks. We can attach this energy just to this Raging Bolt here, but we are going to take the knockout on the Wellspring. We do get another Bravery Charm we can throw on this bad boy. And now, granted, when they do knock us out, Sandy Shocks will immediately be active. So now we just have to hope that we run into all of the Sadas that we possibly can. But 210 damage, down goes the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. This is literally just going to be a race to who can take the first 2 prizes and continue to take 2 prizes. And I don't know if that's going to be us. And it makes me even more nervous, especially when they go into the Chien-Pao, immediately pop the Shivery Chill, and 7 cards in hand, we know that there's got to be at least 4 water energy in their hand. And they do pop the Super Cold, and they only attach 2. Why would you attach 2? I know you've got way more there. Oh, and they Iono us. Bro, come on. We just got the Zorua down. We could have gotten the Zoroark, and I mean, we do get the Sadas, right? So the Sadas does make some magic happen, but we still need 4 energy. Actually, you know what? No, if they do KO Raging Bolt here, then we will have the Sandy Shocks, right? So now we just need an energy in hand. If we get an energy in hand here, an energy off the top deck, we're going to be okay. Now, they do Ultra Ball away a Water Energy and an Iron Hands, and ooh, see, this is when I wish that we were playing a little bit more Hand Disruption. You know, Hand Disruption would be spectacular here. But they do evolve into the other Excalibur, and I don't know why they were wasting their time doing that, man. You don't need to do that. We're not going to bother taking out the Excalibur, I promise. And here comes the dreaded Superior Energy Retrieval, man. Grabbing him back 3 energy. And this, ooh, this is going to hurt a lot. I can already tell. Is that 4? Do they have 5? No. Whoa, you don't have 5 energy? No, dude, don't tell me you were just shy. No, man, they were just shy of the knockout. Okay, so now we're not going to get the KO here, right? Because unless we top deck an energy. No, we do get Raging Bolt. All right, so we can Crispin or Sada, right? But Sada doesn't really get us anything here. We'd have to retreat, go into Zorua, sacrifice that bad boy. You know what? Because I want to get an attack off here, I am going to retreat the Raging Bolt, and I think I'm going to go into the Raging Bolt that's not damaged, and I think I'm just going to Crispin, right? I mean, I feel like that's kind of the only thing to do here. That Magnetic Absorption would have been really good if they would have knocked us out, you know? But granted, now I think they're going to have a much easier time. Well, not much easier. They might not even knock us out here, which means we might have to play another Crispin and knock out Chien-Pao some way, somehow. But dude, I was actually really hoping they would knock us out. Now, they do pop the Shivery Chill, and they only get themselves 1 water energy. Now, wait a second. How many energies are in their discard? 4? Okay, so you got 4 water energies in your discard, 2 in your hand. So do you not have the man, okay, this is why I'm not playing Chien-Pao. They do pop the Rumbling Engine. Oh, I wonder if the one Rumbling Engine runs them into Superior Energy Retrieval, but it's really cool to see somebody try to make Chien-Pao work. I'm just not that somebody that's going to try. Oh, they do. They have the Superior Energy Retrieval. So here come 4 Water Energy. They are, let's see. Yeah, they are going to do that. 60 times. No, wait. Yeah, 60 times 5. Okay, I was going to say. I was already counting the Water Energy on the Chien-Pao out of that 4. So I was being a bit goofy there. And boom, baby. They bring the pain. 300 damage. Down goes Raging Bolt EX. Now, granted, if we could take the knockout with Baby Raging Bolt here, that would be super cool, but I don't think we need to. We can just go into here, and now we need to Sada and get Energy Attachment. If we can Sada and get Energy Attachment, oh, dude, we're boozing. We are straight boozing now. Let's go ahead and play the Nest Ball. I'll grab the Sandy Shocks. We do have the other Raging Bolt in hand to play down and go into next turn, but let's see, what energy do we have in the discard? 2 fighting. Okay, so we actually need 1 fighting to be attached to the active Raging Bolt, which I think we can totally manage to do. So let's go 1 fighting here. We'll go 1 lightning on this bad boy. And now we can just magnetic. Oh, and we do get another freaking fighting energy. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and magnetic absorption to that bad boy there. And I need to make sure I have 1. No, we don't have 1 in there. Okay, but we do have another energy. All right, I think we're going to be just fine. Now, all we have to do is just Bellowing Thunder, and we can get rid of the energy on the active Raging Bolt, right? I think that's the thing to do. I don't know. Maybe. We'll call it good, dude. I'm not worried about it either which way. And our 2 prizes are Cyrano and Pokégear. So not like the most spectacular prizes in the world, but that's fine. Now our opponent goes into the Chien-Pao and they flip the script. And so we know they're knocking out the active Raging Bolt. Now what would be great is if I don't want to get Iono'd here, right? If we don't get Iono'd here, then we're going to be totally fine, because what we can do is we can Prime Catcher up the Pheasantipity, knock out the Pheasantipity with the Sandy Shocks, that we don't even need a Crispin or a Sada to power it up. I mean, technically we do when it doesn't have any energy on it, but both of our Sandy Shocks have energy on them, which is kind of why I left them there. But yeah, I want to see if maybe we can get lucky. They are powering up the Regigigas for some weird reason. Oh, dude, our opponent doesn't realize that Raging Bolt is not a Terra. So maybe they. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Right, never mind. My goofy ass forgot that we only have 50 damage. They are going to knock us out with the Regigigas, which, yeah, it'll be hard. Now we need the Prime Catcher. So if we don't get Iono'd here, or excuse me, yeah, we're probably going to get Iono'd here. That's not good. Now they do get all the energy they need back, and they start super colding the energy into play. When are we going to see this Iono, bro? This Iono is going to... No, it's just Jewel Breaker. All right, that's game. Okay, yeah, I thought, I mean, granted, if we would have gotten Iono'd, we absolutely would have lost, because we don't play other Gust besides Prime Catcher, right? So we can just go ahead and go into the Sandy Shocks here. Into the Sandy Shocks. Dang it, I didn't mean to go into the Sandy Shocks. I meant to go into the Zorua. But yeah, so we can Prime Catcher up the Pheasantipity. Yeah, so let me do this first. Let me at least magnetic absorption to the Sandy Shocks. I'm sorry, guys. I've been playing all day, so I'm just burnt. I mean, 100% burnt out. But yeah, let's go ahead and at least do this. We can retreat. We'll go into the Latias. And now we will Prime Catcher up the Pheasantipity. And we will Prime Catcher up the Sandy Shocks. And we'll take the knockout, 400 damage. And win the freaking game. So, awesome. Sandy Shocks, MVP. Absolutely love using it. But yeah, that's pretty good end to this deck. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I'm sorry that we didn't play any like big decks, you know, like Dragapult, Gardevoir, Goldango, right? You guys know that, I mean, even like generic Raging Bolt does not match up well against Gardevoir and Goldango, right? So those would have been instantaneous losses. Like that almost wouldn't have been worth playing. But granted, you guys did see kind of how this deck performs, or how it's designed to perform. The Zoroark draw engine, I really do enjoy. Don't get me wrong, especially when you combine it with N's PP up, because it's another way to accelerate energy from your discard to then discard with Raging Bolt and Bellowing Thunder, right? And then again, Sandy Shocks EX magnetic absorption is just brilliant, right? Because you are accelerating another energy into play, just like the N's PP up, just like, you know, Sada, and it just makes it so easy to take other knockouts, because I mean that's another 70 damage that you're doing. And like you guys just saw in the last game, we can just Prime Catcher up Pheasantipity or Petron, or a 2-prize liability that's weak to Sandy Shocks or you know, it has less than 200 HP because it only does 200 damage. But granted, I really enjoy this deck. The Slitherwing is in here solely for the Pikachu EX matchup, right? Because we did play, in practice, we played this whole Joltik Pikachu box deck, and we were able to win one game, and it's solely because they were just heavily reliant on Iron Hands, which we took advantage of. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving a like, dropping a follow, and have a very, very wonderful day. Peace.